at the start. Okay, that's good.
All right, then here we go for the quali at Broad Oak.
This bit's gonna get cut anyways. Is recording on, Goosey?
Week 3, here we are. Jake, having a look at Jake. We are recording. Marion Free is taking the run up.
It's an interesting one, that. Goose, is the recording on?
Yep.
So. Cool. So yeah, the me main, Lev, second, which will be the kind of like half a minute to a minute intervals, and then Goose, you can just pop in with something whenever you see a break to do so. Yeah, so 145 or 146, I think, is best. If you zoom all the way in, it resets it to intervals of 5 by that. If you zoom into like 10%.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Julo's looking hot right now, as well as Cosmo.
Love that FGR livery. It's such a brilliant throwback, that.
Nuno. Yeah, that's fun. 1 year. I can't believe I've been playing this game for 1 year.
It's been crazy.
And Danimator's putting on a heater as well at 4-3.
So a week next year that I joined the Discord for the first time. It's amazing.
There's your... Oh. That's slow. The second off the pace.
Rams is baller. He recovers. I predict Jake top 5. It's a yank. I know he's in the VC.
Sobel, decent gamer with a 4-0. That's our fastest time. Is he going to go 5 straight poles?
No, he's done that before. I'm not sure if that actually counts. Because he kind of took a season-long break.
Well, it's in consecutive starts, right? Oh my goodness! Anti!
No, don't tell me it ain't so. Anti on pole. Gamer on the front row. Okay, this is my actual contest now. 3, 2, 1. Anti takes pole. Gamer's on the front row alongside him with defending champion Nuno in third. We've got newcomer Rito in 4th place. The LSAs to get the third row of the grid in 5th and 6th. We've got Jake in 7th. Pamushis down in 8th. Rams in 9th. Solo rounds out the top 10. Julo down 11th. Oflo in 12th. Kamikaze in 13th. Marion on her return to the sport is in 14th. Cosmo takes 15th. Vlado 2 in 16th after a dominant CL win earlier today. Andrews takes 17th place with Eurus starting back of the grid. Only half a second between pole and last. That shows just how tight this grid is this season. That's been unbelievable. Wowie. And cut. Okay, cool. Anti on pole. When was the last time we did one of those? Season 6, gotta move.
An absolute heater from the Finn.
From the Finn.
That was my personal best. I only got last place.
Oh no. Yeah, this would be a good time for you to sell the grid drop, man. Just preemptively. Just in case.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh. Oh, by the way, what did you say about the game of grid drop?
I said that, well, this would have been the race that he got the grid drop had he been given the grid drop. But that was taken away because he got annoyed by it. Anyways, okay, yeah, I need to get ready for the actual race. What I do is sometimes is start the race commentating really badly because I'm not warmed up for it. Lev, your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I think it was a nice quali, surprising results. So yeah, I'm gonna say it was really cool quali so far.
Great quali so far. That's what we heard from Jake. Rito, apologies for any poor language that we might see in actual contest in there. It's almost time to get underway here at Broad Oak. We've got 5 lights coming up ahead of the drivers. And it's underway here. Anti leads into the first corner after taking pole. Nobody loses any positions in the front pack going into the first corner. But Hernandez looking to make places. Danimator goes onto the grass down the main straight, but penalty further back to Sobel. Anti still leads up to turn 1. Rito's up to second place. There's a little bit of a rocket there. We're going to see Pamushis into the gravel, probably Nuno as well. Taking a look back at the lead of the race. Anti is still up there. Rito's got 3 wide going down the Sussy straight now. Pamushis comes up as Anti gets a penalty. Gamers into the lead of the race. He's very good at leading races in the UK, as he showed last season. He's come back good now. Hernandi is up in the top 4 at the moment. Rand is currently battling him for those positions, but he gets sandwiched into the wall. We've got a bit of lag rocket here. Danator and Sobel, we'll see if they come out of it well. Danny gets right onto the grass there. Gamer still leads from Promotius. Hernandi, Jake up there in the top 4 as well. Rito's going to attack him now around the outside of the walled section. That's brilliant driving from the both of them. 3 wide again, Sobel, Rand and Vlad02. Currently in your top 8. Eurus has made his way up the grid. He's in 14th place. Danator very much lower than he would have wanted to be. Gamer still leads the way. Looks like we've got Rito putting a bit of an attack on. They go 3 wide at the final corner. Rito sends the dive bomb on. Jake gets the position 2. Muno's going to try and escape this pack, but it's not been an ideal start for him either. Lev, your thoughts on the start so far?
Well, horrific start for LSA, but nice start for Gamer. While Dantinator lost his pole position, he will probably fight up till he's back in the top.
Yeah, Antti would be really regretting that penalty that was just awarded to him coming through the final sector. There, we've got Rand down in 8th place at the moment. We've got a few battles back there, but back focusing on the leading pack now. We've got Antti going side by side, I think that was him with someone there, not sure who. Rito's going to attack Jake on the outside. Jake in a brilliant position so far. He's running in the top 4, right behind Nuno, the defending champ. Pimu up into 2nd place. He got a podium last time out, which I think some would definitely consider a surprise, considering how dominant Rito, Nuno and Danny have shown themselves to be so far. But Broadwalk is the track where everything gets mixed up. Gamer has led every lap so far from the first lap. Of course, we're only just about down to lap 5 now, but it's a very, very good start on his return to Sunday League. He'd love a win to start him back off here. Pimu looks to be wanting to slipstream him just for the time being, as that would massively help them get away from this chasing pack. With a long lap time, kind of 34-35 seconds here, the softs will go off pretty quickly. You don't want to be losing grip with the amount of gravel lurking nearby the sides of the track. And we've got Jake again on his good start. Hernandi also not a bad start. We've got Solon and Antti down 8th. Andres in 9th place, a good position for him. Rams and Danny battling it out. We've got a little pack back there. That looks amazing at the moment. Eurus sending it down the inside, but he beaches it in the gravel. Danny's thrown him, as is Cosmo, Comi and Julo in a little rocket behind. Maybe they come out of it. Oh no, they're both into the gravel there. Opalon is currently up in front of that pack. He's on the hard compound tire, one of only 2 drivers to take it in the race start, the other being Rito. We've got some medium runners going down the grid. Danny much lower than he would have wanted to be. He's down at 13th at the moment. Lev, what do you think?
It was very unfortunate in the first lap when he was pushed into the sand, into the grass, but oh well, it's a race. Anything can happen. He can still recover from it and serve some points for him in VDC and VCC.
Absolutely, and wise words there. Anything can happen. We saw his recovery drive last season in Mugello after a very slow pit stop on the first lap. He lost a lot of positions. Claimed his way back up to, I think, 7th place in that race. It was very, very strong show from him in his first race in the sport. But he's got a few more under his belt now. He's got 3 wins under his belt as well. And it looks like Gator's coming for a pit, and Pimu probably come in this lap. He will. Now that extra lap on the older tyres won't have served him that much good. He's going to come out definitely behind Gamer here. But Rito currently leads the race. He's going to want to keep it clean with Gamer here. They're both on their alternating strategies, and they don't really want to be tripping up over each other. Rito takes a little bit of grass there on the entry to turn 2. Muno still up in 3rd place. Rito, Opalon, Danny, Eurus and Marion all yet to stop taking the harder compound tyres. At the race start, Sobel allows Antti through there at the right-hand sweep, and Danny gets a penalty. These guys, very, very solid drivers, all busting down near the kind of rear end of the top 10 at the moment. They've got Opalon leading them away. Jake is down in 10th place. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but I'm sure he won't be happy after a very strong start there. Even with the people extending their stints, that's still a considerable amount of places lost for him. Marion goes into pit there. We've got a little battle here. VO, FGR and an RMC right towards the back of the grid. Not the start that Gilo would have wanted. It's been pretty poor for him so far, but he'll have to see how he does. Marion in stone last place. She didn't practice for this race, so it is understandable that she's not got the best of pace that we've sometimes seen from her. On the very opposite end of the grid, Game is still leading. Nuno in second place. He looks like gone past Pamushas on one of the earlier laps. Rito down in fourth. He's still yet to stop. Now he's going to have a go at him. Maybe going to turn two here. He's going to go to the inside. Can he keep it clean? Will Rito use the escape mode? No, I would encourage more drivers to do that. But that's a very, very good way of preserving your tyres and just being able to kind of ride out the momentum there. We've got Oaklon down in 8th place. Jake back up into 9th. He's a little lower down than he was, running high at the start. For anyone just joining us, which you might be, I'm not sure. Gamer leads from Nuno, from Pimu. Lev, your thoughts thus far?
Thus far, it looks like it will be an interesting race. It will be about who will pick the tires for the right moment. You will either pick an undercut or overcut, which can lead that you will do it too much that you will lose position eventually.
Apollon just on the worn out tires took out Rams and Andres and Nandi all into the sand at the very last turn before the pits. Bad accident for MBZ.
They won't be like that at all. Those MBZ drivers have a bit of a habit of fighting. We saw Andres and X going at it in race 1 as well. A lot of drivers piling up there towards the final corner. We've got Rito battling around the outside there of somebody. I think it was Jake Brad. They're still fighting for position. Jake runs a little wide maybe. He's kept it just on the track. He might have another go at Rito here. Maybe he'll just tuck into the slip for the time being. We've got a big battle back there. I think that's down in kind of 10th down to 14th territory. A lot of close deltas there.
Oh!
In there. Ladder 2 comes out of it well. Andres left, so Marin's made her way up through the pack into 12th place now. But she is going to have a speed disadvantage on the straight. She gives Andres a little push into the gravel there. Hope to see not too much more of that. Yeah, just lots of flying around back there. I think Jula has a little bit of an issue at the moment, so hopefully that fixes itself up. Pimu back in second place. I think Nuno stopped again, as has Nandi and Sobel. The top 3 soft runners still all only stopped once. Cosmo battling Danny and Rito here. Rito's kind of fallen down into the pack. I don't think these hard tires will really have served him well, honestly, because it's so dependent on straight line speed. This track, so many straights. He's gone off into the gravel there after a nasty accident with Cosmo. Nelson Cordy really has to be careful going through there. He won't enjoy that one at all, obviously, because that one was some tons of time. But further up, we've got Hernandi putting pressure on Pimu. Hernandi, bit of a slept-on driver. He was the Challenger League Season 2 champion after a little bit controversial season with Danometer giving him the win. They're now teammates at LSA, and Hernandi definitely started the race better so far. Nuno putting the pressure on Gamer. This is for the race lead. Gamer overcut, so he will have fresher tyres. Let's just get a check on that. Nuno just behind him. Will he try to slipstream? I definitely think he should do. He would have pulled a very deliberate undercut there to try and get Gamer slipstream, but he was just a little out of it. And you can see, yeah, Gamer with slightly fresher tyres there. I don't expect to see too much battling from these front two there. They competed for the Drivers' Championship in Season 5 and in Austria Season 6 had one of their most notorious battles where they swapped places for the race lead basically every lap. Brilliant race there. So I don't expect to see too much battling from them. They're too experienced to not slip through each other for the time being. Not a great exit from Andre there. He was a bit shovey with Rams going down that top part of the track into Sector 3. Eurus behind Cosmo, ahead of Jake. Jake's been ping-ponging up and down at the moment. He's kind of sometimes in 13th, sometimes in 9th. The strategies obviously all interweaving themselves. Lev, your thoughts so far?
As I said, it's about either you overcut or undercut. And as you can see now, Handy is chasing down Lucius, but not trying to really catch him up. They just stay together. And Nuno second also is not trying to overtake Gamer 15 yet, because Nuno probably has more worn out softs than Gamer, so it's pretty smart to stay behind in slipstream of Gamer.
Absolutely, and this is the tactics that have got Nuno his 15 or 14 career race wins. He'll be looking for 15 today, for sure. You'll really wonder who comes out on top here. The slipstream for Nuno, despite having the worst tyres, will be massively beneficial. Now we've got Cosmo here in 10th, Danometer just up the road in 9th place. Oakland putting a bit of pressure on. He runs wide into the gravel there. It is only race 3. It's a bit early to be thinking about the championship for the moment, but you've got to think if Danny's this far down the order this early in the race, then and Nuno's right up there fighting for the race win. I mean, could we just see another Nuno championship as the battle already died out there?
I think no. We'll see a battle in the future because Dynamite, Toretto, and Nuno and Gamer, they are all strong drivers and they won't give up that easy on the WDC. So we'll see a battle soon.
I think so, yeah. Nuno's again triggered the undercut here. Maybe not per se an undercut, but definitely pitting towards the end of his tyre life. Now this could definitely...
So yeah, that means that he pitted and it will be an undercut. So he will chase Pinocchio's down and probably Pinocchio's will pit soon. So the team is enclosed here in Prix. Then we have Candy and Sobi.
Sorry for a little cut out there, a bit of an issue, but all fixed now. Yeah, so we've got Nuno triggering the undercut and definitely a competitive running here in the top 6 at the moment. Rita down in 7th. Definitely an interesting hard tire strategy that he's taking. He's taken the hards twice so far, I believe. I wonder if this will work out for him because pit stops, track position's definitely important here. You don't want to allow other people to slipstream you whatsoever. That just gives them a ton of time. We've seen that from Gamer and Nuno. Nuno's closed the gap here. Gamer's into the pits. Can we see that Gamer just on the pit exit now, maybe? And will he come out behind Nuno? He will, by a considerable distance. That undercut working out brilliantly for Nuno. He picked up that slipstream. You'd almost wonder, does Gamer try and fend off the undercut by just pitting a lap later, even if it means cutting short his tyre life, because Nuno already closed that gap such a considerable amount? But maybe just sitting in the slipstream of Nuno, if he can, would get him to benefit off that. Yeah, it's been a very interesting start to the race, and we'll see how this one progresses. Servo putting the pressure on from Lucius. He's made his way back up from 10th to about 5th place. He stopped 3 times like the majority of the leading pack and the back pack have, or the middle all on their kind of 2 stoppers. Oplon the only driver to take just 1 stop so far. Cosmo, his compatriot comes in, as does Oplon, and Vlado too here. They're all fighting down in the mid-pack at the moment. Marin's hard strategy got her right up the field, and Rams runs a little bit wide after contact with the Urus at turn 1. They're all fighting down in the lower midfield at the moment. Lev, what do you think?
Yeah, and midfield is much more interesting than the front because the front will have 1 second or even more gaps, and there you have much more battles. Like now, Kamikaze just pushed Amadris off, so that will mean that Amadris will try to his everything to regain his position.
Absolutely, yeah, and Andre's into it. Yeah. Oh god, I'm sorry.
No, continue.
Oh, okay. Yes, Andre's into the pit now. We've still got Nuno and Gamer as up front too. Hernandi up into the podium positions. He's gone his way past the Moochers. Not sure what happened there. Maybe a mistake from Pino. But they've all had the same amount of pit stops, all up front 6 at the moment. Goose, you got any observations on the race so far?
It looks like we're getting some separation from about the top 6 drivers right now, so it's turning into a race of attrition almost for those ones on strategies. Here comes some clouds now, so we might actually have some rain coming into the picture in the future. That may mix up some of the strategies, but incredible racing so far. Great battles all over the track, and we're going to see some lead changes yet, it appears, as Gamer looks to close the gap on Nuno right now.
Absolutely right there, Goose. Gamer will have the benefit of having those fresher tyres, but will that serve him well? The main factor here is straight line speed, but obviously with that many hairpins, especially if you're going to be passing people.
There he goes in the pits.
Nuno's into the pits. Gamer's going to try and overcut him, but you just worry for Gamer if he's going to come in kind of a couple laps later every single time and not be able to close that gap. Is he just going to let himself be undercut lap on lap on lap? Or does he have a better strategic plan that means by the end of the race he'll be ahead of Nuno? Maybe he's taking a stop less. We're not sure. But it's definitely shaping up to be a great fight for the lead at the moment. We've got Pimu just about a second behind Nuno. Nuno would have not wanted at all to come up behind Pino because that would have been a bit of a battle there. But he's out in clean air. Those top two kind of trying to detach themselves from the pack at the moment. And yeah, as Goose said, definitely a gap between the top six and the rest. We've had Sobel come in, which has kind of reduced that down a little bit. But Rito and Co down from 7th, definitely as well. Having some interesting battles. We've got pretty good field spread at the moment. Obviously, boosted dual flags are the setting for this weekend and probably most weekends in Sunday League and foreseeable future. This is really copy option on races, and obviously we listen to the races. So that is just generally the case. We've got Juno and Eurus battling out for 13th and 14th. Great battles in the midfield so far. We've got a little clock going down the straight there. I think that might be Jake down in 16th. He's on the mediums. That's a risky tire to go on, you might think, just because of how much slower it is in that straight line compared to the softs. Lev?
So yeah, it is a really interesting race so far, and we had clouds coming, but now it's sunny again. Will we have the usual British weather? We'll have to see. But as of now, this race looks to be mostly dry.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got the race is on in the county of Sussex in England, which is on the south coast, pretty sunny place in general, but obviously prone to a few big old rainstorms at times. So and we'll have to see how this one develops for sure, but we could definitely see some heavy rain towards the end of the race, although we've not got any forecasting for now, but we'll just have to see how everything goes, I suppose. We've got Sobel putting some pressure on Pino. Nobody is out of anybody's slipstream range at the moment. I mean, it's just, you get all these clumps of races at the moment. We've got one heading into the far corner now, one heading down the back straight, coming into turn 2, I should say. But anybody who knows their Sunday League strategy will know that slipstream is definitely the way to go. Got 12 minutes left in this race, so not a lot of time left for Gamer to eat into Nuno's lead. Let's see how they're doing right up at the front of the field at the moment. I don't think he's enormously close at the minute. Nuno's on pretty yellowed out softs for the moment. Gamer on obviously slightly fresher softs like he has been already, and it looks like we've got a pretty dry race on our hands. The sun's coming back, so if there is any rain, it'll be right at the end. Goose, anything else to add?
I've got to ask Lev, our team owner for LSA, what is going on with Nandi just absolutely tying one on? He just slipped down into 6th spot after his pit stop, but he was running 3rd place. Any insight to his increased performance this race over the other two this season so far?
Lev, are you with us at the moment? Might have some technical issues just in
Yeah, he actually practiced very much for Bro.
Oh, some issues with Lev's connection right now, but it sounds like he put in extra practice, a little bit above and beyond what we saw the first 2 races, and I mean, it's not a cliche, practice makes perfect, and he's currently beating his teammate Danimator by quite a few positions, so well done to Nandi.
Absolutely, Goose, and I think Lev unfortunately is not going to be with us for the rest of the race. So we've got Goose alongside me in the commentary box now, which will be lovely as ever with Goose's brilliant commentary. But we've got Gamer out in the lead of the race again now, so you'll have to wonder, it's definitely going to be looking like they'll take one more stop. I think Nuno will have the same strategy. I can't see Gamer and Nuno going for different strategies, seeing as how similar their tyre lives have been, but
It's going to be interesting how long Gamer can stretch these tires to try and get another set of 8 lap softs on here. It will, if he can do 8 laps, he might be okay.
absolutely. So it looks like, I mean, I'm completely unsure of how the Gamer's coming up to just like his teammate Jude at the moment, who's unfortunately having a bit of a race to forget down at 14th. Jake Bryan in his home race is going to be our first DNF. That's really unfortunate. It's his first race for the Floyd Force team, very prestigious team on the Constructors' Championship. back in season 2, but it's not ended well for him. He's parked the car up right at the end of the pit lane there. It looks like he might have had some issues going on.
Gamers onto the mediums to finish.
Onto the mediums to finish off the race. This will be really interesting. So Nuno, we'll have to see how he goes. He's in the lead at the moment, but he'll definitely have to take another stop. And at that point, it would just be a sprint to the end. Gamer v Nuno, Nuno v Gamer. Nuno, obviously favourite coming into this after his brilliant form in the last few races and indeed the last few seasons. Speaking of his teammate round in that gorgeous one-off FGR livery, pits and he's going to fall down into 16th place at the moment. Your current order is Jake Brad in last, who has unfortunately retired from the race. Andres last of runners in 17th, Rams in 16th after that stop. Collie in 15th, Eurus 14th, Gilo in 13th, we've got Vlado in 12th, Opel on 11th, and Marion just battling with him for the top 10 at the moment. Cosmo is in 9th, Nico in 8th, and we've got a little gap up the road. Danimator has made his way back into 7th place, but probably need to stop once more before the end of the race. We've got Solo in 6th, Pima in 5th, and Anti in 4th, that little Viking sandwich having no need for it.
Nuno's taken an undercut. He's going for another set of softs. Here we go. Gamer is about 1 second ahead of Nuno, and Nuno is on the fresh softs.
This is amazing. So Nuno now has finally picked. They've got 6 laps of the race left to go, which the softs should easily cover. If the rain comes now, this will save Gamer, but currently he's on slightly older, slightly harder tyres. His best option would be to be able to slipstream Nuno right to the end of the race once Nuno can get past him, and then just hope for a move at that brilliant final corner where we've seen so many moves go right and so many moves go wrong. Recounting the rest, we've got Hanani in a surprising 6th place. He's done so well in this race. Sobel in 5th, Pima in 4th, Anti in the podium position.
Oh! Nuno goes on the apron to make the pass.
That's amazing. Nuno goes on the runoff to try and get the move done on Gamer. Gamer's still on a slipstream, and if he knows anything about racing, he'll be slipstreaming Nuno all the way to the end here, trying a move on the final lap. No, he's gone down the inside there. Hopefully not lost slip. We want to see an amazing fight here to the end, which we might just get. We're heading on to lap 39 of 42. We've got 3 laps left, and we're not sure who's going to win. It looks like Nuno might have the upper hand here, but it's still all to play for here at Broad Oak. And this was an amazing return to Sunday League for Gamer, but can he turn that into a win?
I have never seen in a lead lap situation someone take a pass on a runoff. Absolutely veteran move from Nuno, and Gamer takes it back.
Gamer's taken the lead back at the penultimate corner. Surely he won't be able to hold that, but he's not waiting around for any slipstream at the moment. He's still leading to turn 1. He defends the inside. Nuno's on the outside here. He's going to have much better pace going down the back straight, but he's just slipstreaming for the time being.
Oh!
It's better at the end. He takes the run off again. Gamer squeezes him into the wall. I think that's relatively fair for the time being. Nuno's trying to move on the inside. There's a pretty sweeping corner there, so you're not going to get much success on the inside unless you do a bit of elbow pushing, but
Here's his chance.
all the time being side by side, going down into the final corner. Nuno on the outside, Gamer on the inside defending. Nuno's tires are going to start to wear off a little bit now. Goose, what do you think?
Oh, he's still got the grip. As we look at Nuno's tires, actually, his softs still have about 2/3 left, and he's got the lead back again. It's a ding-dong battle. Gamer can slipstream his way back into the lead, but it's going to come down to the final lap.
Oh, this is just amazing here. This is just amazing racing. And he's still got the slipstream. You're bang on. It will come down to the final lap. Obviously, notwithstanding any errors from the drivers.
Anti, Sobel, and Pamushis in a 3-way battle of their own.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These drivers are not the kind of drivers to be making big errors. We're on the final lap of the race. We still don't know who's going to win. I'd love to just follow this battle for the lead all the way to the checkered flag. Then we'll have a little look down the rest of the grid. Gamer gets it right into turn 2. That's a very important corner to get right.
Then THs have spaced out with Pamushis. We got to stay on this, rounding the final 3 corners of the race.
And they're still here into the second last corner. Got a bit of an alarm going off in the background, but I think we're all fine here. It's the final corner. Gamer and Nuno.
Gamer's into the wall.
Is in front. Gamer in the gravel. Nuno wins the Season 8 British Grand Prix. And Andy Looks like he's taken third.
Nandi on the podium. Epic.
Nandi for his first ever podium. We're both going mental here at the commentary box. It's Luno, Gamer, and Nandi on the podium, and Team Buckland in 4th place. I've lost my voice. Gamer in 5th. So in 6th, Danny in 7th, Rito in 8th. That's not great for either of those after finishing on the podium in the first race of the season. Cosmo takes 9th, Marin runs out the top 10. We've got Opal on 11th, Vlad Rams in 12th, my mistake. Vlad and Commie in 13th and 14th, UR6 15th, Julo only managing 16th, Andrews in 17th, Chase Brad taking the fastest lap and retiring, which is not something we've ever seen before in Sunday League, but he will get the extra point for that. Unbelievable, Goose, what do you think?
Absolutely insane return to racing. Gamer 15 is back in SL, ladies and gentlemen, and he gave Nuno a run for the money. We've got more talent in this season than we've ever seen before. Nandi on the podium. I don't think we could have fit any more action into that 25 minutes here today. Unreal.
What an unbelievable race that was. Fully agreed, Goose. I mean, that was just crazy. Yeah. Wow, so Hernandi, with a podium for LSA, Danimator will have hoped to do much better in that race to keep himself in title contention. He's not looking good for that at the moment with that low top 10 finish, but Gamer on his return to the sport manages to pull that off. It's been a great race here in Broad Oak, and I thoroughly hope you've enjoyed this with us. I'll see you all soon for the next round 4 of Sunday League. Bye bye for now.